welcome back to another Terrific Sassy Sisters video.
Today, we are going to be teaching you how to
Groom a horse, tack a horse, and ride a horse.
So let's get to it. Dun, dun, dun. So now we are going to be showing you guys all the things that we need to groom with.
So first what I use is called a hoof pick. On this side, you can use it to get some rocks out of their feet or some dirt. And on the other side, it has like a little brush to get some of the dirt out of their hoofs.
This is called the curry brush, and it loosens up all the dirt. This is called the hard brush, and it gets all the dirt away.
This is the soft brush, and it is used for getting all the excess dirt off of the body. And this is the face brush, where you can get all the dirt off their faces when they're rolling. This is the main brush, and where you can get all the tangles out and do some different hairstyles. This one's called the tail brush, and you can also get all the tangles out and also do different hairstyles. Okay, so right now we are putting the halter on him so we can
Put them in cross ties. And cross ties are just little ropes that you clip onto their halter so they don't get out of the aisleway or stall.
Now we have Casey in the cross ties, and now we're gonna start brushing her.
What are the cross ties used for?
They're basically ropes that connect to their halter, and they keep her in place. They can walk around a little bit, but it keeps them from running off somewhere else.
And is Dash in cross ties now?
Yeah, he's also in cross ties.
Okay.
All right, boys and girls, one of the first things that you do when you get ready to groom, tack, and ride a horse is to make sure their hooves are clean. And some of you may be asking what these things are right here. These are called bell boots, and what they do is, you'll notice Dash has horseshoes on the front of his feet. He doesn't have them on the back of his feet. And when horses walk, their back feet basically take the place of the footprint where their front feet are. And so what these are for is they go down in the back so their back feet don't clip their horseshoes and pull them off.
So now we are going to be hoof picking Dash, and you want to kind of slide down so it's okay that you're there, and then you kind of want to squeeze right here, and then you pick it up. And then the reason why you want to hoof pick is because if there's any rocks in their feet, you want to get it out.
And it does not hurt them.
So we hoof picked it, and there, as you can see, there's a little bit more extra like poop and dust and stuff like that. So we just want to kind of brush it out so it makes it look clean. Okay, that's it.
What are you doing, Maya?
Hoof picking Casey. Okay, so now we're using the curry comb as you saw in the beginning when we were showing you the brushes, and we just want to do big circles so we get all that dirt, and after this we will use the hard brush. So right now we're using our curry brush, and what you do is go in full circles and make sure you do it all around the body like this. Whoa. Okay, so now we are using the hard brush. As you see, these are from the curry brush that we were doing. And now we're just gonna brush to get all the dirt off, and then,
Don't forget to do the legs and under the stomach because that's where the grease is gonna go, and you don't want to hurt them.
What would be there? Dirt and
dirt
stuff?
dirt and like mud, and it would be. You don't want it like, yeah.
Now that we did the hard brush, we're gonna go in with the soft brush and do the exact same thing.
What's the soft brush do?
It gets any of the last little bits of dirt or mud that's on them so that they're all nice and shiny and clean. Make sure you get the legs. Make sure you get their belly too, where the girth goes.
So now we are using the face brush, which will get all the excess dirt and hair, basically hair, from the winter.
They're shedding right now, I think, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's almost summer.
Good boy. Like that. Okay. Now that we've hoof picked and brushed off the body, we are going to brush their mane, and that will get all the excess dirt and tangles out of it, their mane.
And it does not hurt them at all because their hair is so thick.
So now we are brushing the mane to get all the tangles out, and after you're done doing that, you can do some fun hairstyles.
Yep. Sometimes you can use your fingers.
Do horses like that?
Yes,
Yeah.
they love it.
So now we are brushing the tail so we get all the knots out.
So now we're gonna be lunging him to build the bond between us before we ride. And I have a whip here, just an extension of my hand, and I'm not gonna be hitting him. So you always,
The whip helps you move his feet, correct?
yeah, and you
Yep.
always wanna show them the whip first, so it's not scary to them.
Yep. Go ahead and change direction. Change direction. Okay, call him in.
So here's all the tack that you will need to ride a horse, and Zaylee's going to tell you what each piece is and what it's used for.
Okay, so here we have the bridle. Here's the bit, and this goes in their mouth. This is the bridle piece, and this goes on their head. We have the reins, so you can hold on and kind of control your horse. We have the saddle pad now that will comfort your horse because this saddle is pretty heavy. I mean, it'll probably hurt their back, so yeah. And then we have the saddle, which it's where you sit on. And then we have the stirrups where you put your feet in. And then we also have the girth that attaches your saddle to the horse.
Where does that go on the horse?
Under their stomach.
Okay, so that's why when you brushed your horse, you made sure all the dirt was out of the way, and so that way. All right, and what's this, Zaylee?
This is the helmet because you always want to wear this, kids. Because if you fall off, if you don't have a helmet on, it will really hurt your head. So this won't hurt your head. So you always need this.
All right, girls, let's tack them up.
Let's go ride.
You want to do one final check to make sure there's nothing on them that is going to hurt them when you tighten up the girth for their saddle. So it looks pretty good. Go ahead and put the saddle pad on. Okay. All right, and now it's time for the saddle.
Where should the saddle go?
All right, so it's gonna go, you've got like his withers right here, there's a little bump in his neck up here. So that's going to go where this little hole in the saddle pad is. And then your saddle is going to go about a couple inches back on your saddle pad. And you want to make sure there's nothing stuck underneath the saddle pad that's going to hurt him, like your stirrups. So I'm going to go over and check the other side and make sure the stirrup is not stuck under his saddle. All right, so what you're going to do next is you're going to reach underneath and grab the girth. And I'm going to tie what's called a cowboy knot. It's kind of like tying a tie, what a guy would do, tie a tie. I'll loop back up around top here. Goes around twice for this length. I'm gonna pull it snug. And here's the cowboy knot part.
Should you ever check your knot and the tightness of the girth before you ride?
That would probably be a very good idea, because if it's not tight enough, your saddle could tip over, and guess who else is tipping over? Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is put the bit and bridle on along with the reins. So what you do is you're gonna put the reins around his neck before you take him out of the cross ties, so that way you have a control over the horse. I'm gonna go ahead and take off his halter. There you go, Zaylee. All right, now the bit is gonna go inside of their mouth, and horses have teeth in the front part of their mouth and then in the back. But they have a gap right there where the bit goes.
Good boy. And what you're doing is putting it behind their ears, and it kind of rests there naturally for them. Now that we have the bit in, we're going to do the throat latch. Make sure that the headstall stays on. Right there. Good boy, Dash. Good boy. Let me just do one final check to make sure it's not pinching, not squeezing into the hair or anything. Make sure it looks okay in the mouth. It's not too tight. And that's it. We'll lead them out to ride.
All right, now we're outside in the arena and Zaylee's getting ready to ride. So I want to double check to make sure her saddle's on nice and tight. Tighten that up a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the mounting block, and you always want to mount your horse from the left side. You'll notice Zaylee's putting her left foot in the stirrup, and she swings her other leg around the back. And you want to make sure both feet are in your stirrups right here. You don't want your stirrups too long or too short. All right, boys and girls, you'll notice Zaylee is holding on to the reins with two hands. Okay, so you always want to make sure you have control of your horse with two hands. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how do I make my horse go? So some horses are trained on voice commands, and some horses are trained more on body commands. So to get our horse to go, Zaylee usually just squeezes her legs a little bit against him, and that makes him go. And some you can just say, you can click or say walk on. If Zaylee wants him to turn left, she's going to pull the reins to her hip, and you'll notice where his face goes, and when we're walking, that'll make him go left. If she wants him to go right, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to reach down on her reins and pull to her hip, and that will make him go right. if she wants him to stop, she's going to pull back gently with both hands to her hips. She can also just tell him, whoa. All right, now we're going to do a quick demo of what that looks like. All right, Zaylee, I'm going to let you do it.
Now she's pulling on the left rein just a little bit to get him to go to the left. Now she's going to pull on the right rein to get him to go to the right. And now she's going to pull gently on both reins and get him to stop. Lastly, we'll go ahead and give him a little bit of pressure to move him forward. Now we're going to have Maya do a little demonstration doing a one-hand neck rein, which is typically what you see in Western riding. And she's using one hand and basically lean the reins on the horse's neck and they move away from pressure. So if she leans the reins on this side, Casey will want to go to the left. So we're going to demo. Yep. Casey's going to go ahead and walk off. Go ahead. Walk to the left, Maya. Come back to me. Okay. Now she's going to go to the right around the jump. Okay. And now she's going to bring Casey to a stop. Whoa. And now she's going to back her up. That's using just one hand neck reining. Now we have both girls. This is a trot. In Western, they may call this a jog. And in English, they would call this a trot. All right, and this is a canter, or in Western, they would call this a lope. Okay, Maya. And this is Maya. She is loping or cantering.
All right, so this is Zaylee's friend, Addison, and Zaylee's going to go ahead and lead her around. So Addison, you ready to get on out? All right, remember left foot in the stirrup. Swing your other leg around. All right, you got it in the stirrup, okay? Yep. Hold that right there. Perfect. Loosen up just a little bit. All right, there you guys go.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and straighten these back up. And just go ahead and hold it right there. In fact, we can just put it right there if you want to hold on to the horn.
And this is Maya's friend, Megan, and she's riding Casey.
All right, you ready? Yeah. All right, so you can either just give it a little kick right there. There you go. Good girl.
Thanks for watching Two Terrific Sassy Sisters. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!